This video is for an Ariens Icon XD 52-inch LED light bar install. The bar was $32 off of Amazon. It is a 20-inch light bar. I was able to mount it to the front of the mower without using any kind of brackets. I just removed the bumper cover with the part that says Ariens on it off of the mower, and there's some carriage bolts that you can mount directly to. I'll put links in the description of where you can get the light bar. I also sourced my own electrical wiring. I just literally cut it off of some old appliance and ran it. It was about 16 gauge, so you'll want 16 gauge wiring. On the next part of this video, I'll put a list of everything you'll need, and there'll be links in the description. You will also need a 10 amp fuse, a mini fuse. Link will be in the description. And also, I believe there'll be a need for a T45 or a Torx bit to take off the bumper cover. Here you'll want some wire strippers with some male and female connections, just so you can connect from the light bar wiring to the factory wiring on the Ariens mower. Keep in mind, all these Ariens Icon XDs are pre-wired for headlights, so this won't be a very difficult task. I'll try to post a picture here of what these male and female connectors look like. Here's an example of a set you can get for about $13 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. Just use the male and female connectors. I use the blue ones.
I just wired up a light bar. It's very bright. And the way it runs is from the headlight up here, wiring going back here. I'm just gonna wire this a little nicer in just a moment. But what's cool about it is that the headlight is on. When I put it to normal run position, it shuts it off. And as I switch it back, the light goes on. So it has full auto control through the ignition switch here. And the way in which it was wired, how it was supposed to be done through Ariens. I built a plug system, but put it there, and then I put a 10 amp fuse in here, which I'll quickly show you guys. It's inside here. We just shut off the motor first. Put the 10 amp fuse in here. The 30 comes with it, but the 10 amp is not in there. The purple is the hot wire, the black is the ground wire, and on my setup, the light blue here is the hot, and the black is the ground wire. Now, on the Ariens XL and X models, I believe people couldn't use the ignition switch, the light system on here. They were doing all kinds of things like going under here and putting in a small toggle switch, which I actually ordered thinking I was gonna have to do that, but since the wiring is set up this way, I don't have to. So as of now, you can just turn the light on. Even when it's off, it'll come on, and I went with a 20-inch light bar. It's pretty bright. It's also angled down here. I'll take off this Ariens cover so you can see how I mounted it. As for the mounting of the light bar, it's just right here, and what I did was I just took these two bolts out, and then this cover will just lift right off. Just one moment. So the cover lifts off, and then I just bolted it right here and made sure I had equal spacing on both sides here, and I angled it down a little bit as to make it so it won't be shining in people's faces and things like that, but it should be right down there, and then that cover can go right back on. I like this setup a lot more than the factory setup that they have with the Ariens Icon X and XL, because it allows for a much bigger bar. I think the small bars they sell it with really aren't worth it. The kits are between $130 and $150 from Ariens. So I think this light bar was $32. So I'll put a link in the description below, but I'll also take some pictures of how I'm gonna wire this here. And then, yeah, it works well. So this setup does work well on the Icon XD. Here's our view from outside.